If you are thinking about using a rent to own as a way to start your home ownership process, I want to congratulate you because I think you're onto something. That could be a very smart move on your part. However, most people who are looking for rent to own in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas usually complain about two things. They complain about lack of reliable information about how to get this process to actually get started, how to get in touch with somebody who would be willing to do rent to own for them. And then two, lack of that kind of flows out of number one, lack of available properties that would offer rent to own. So if you think that either of those problems is something that you're struggling with, then you're in luck because I can help you with both. My name is Elena GARRETT, and I am a realtor with Keller Williams Central in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. And I happen to specialize in rent-to-own solutions, seller financing or owner-to-owner financing solutions, and other solutions that could help people with difficult credit or difficult situations to still start the process of home ownership. So how could I help you? Well, I have a social media presence and I have a YouTube channel with a playlist that's dedicated specifically to rent to own solutions. I'm going to put the link to that playlist in the description below. I also have a website, elenagarrett.com, and if you go to elenagarrett.com/rent to own, you're going to come to a page that will describe the process of rent to own to you in quite detail. This is the page, and if you go there, it might change by the time you watch this video. But here I will have a link that will say what to expect, how this process works, and you can then continue to read about the steps that you will need to take in order to secure a rent-to-own property. On top of that, I have a little present for you. It's called up to $7 cashback. If you follow my rent-to-own process, then once you get into your rent-to-own and I hand you your own key to your first house, on top of that, there will be a little present for you, and it will be up to $7 in cashback to you if you want to get started. If you're serious about starting the process, I recommend that you do not wait. Lots of people who contact me about rent to own contact me too late. They tell me that they have only 2 or 3 weeks to find a new place to live. This is not a very good situation for starting your search. I recommend that if you know that your lease is coming up for a renewal, you start to work on a rent-to-own process about 4 to 5 months in advance to make sure that you get into your rent-to-own smoothly. So how would you go about contacting me so we could get started? On my webpage, if you scroll down, there will be a little link that will say you're ready to get started, and there will be a form. If you want to, click on that form, fill out a few pieces of information that I will need to analyze your situation. Very shortly, I will reach back to you, let you know what I think about the type of rent-to-own program that could work for you, and then we can start working to try to help you to get into your first house as soon as possible. It is my observation that most rent-to-own applicants do not suffer from lack of properties. They'll suffer from a lack of initiative. They start the research process, they start the process, but they never finish and they give up halfway. I'm here to help you not to become one of those statistics. If you want to buy your own house and stop renting, you're on the right path. Let me help you. My name is Elena GARRETT, and I'm a realtor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. I'm available for all the questions that you have about rent-to-own process. If you think that I need to cover some of the rent-to-own aspects, go ahead and drop your questions in the comments below so I can look at them and answer them as I go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you shortly.